Good afternoon, gentlemen. This is probably just going to fly past the deadline, to be honest, because I've just gotten back from work, and I'm just going to sit here and do it in front of my computer screen before I settle in for a night of beers and gaming. So for this weekend, we have the matchups, and we have myself, Peking De Bruyne versus Colo Colo, Bukaki Jackies versus STP, Chudley Cannons versus AFC Ragman, Sunny Money Happy Days versus Intergalacticos FC, and finally Villains FC versus the Scranton Stranglers. So let's quickly just jump into the first game, and obviously that's me. I will just do that for the period. Right, so I've got 13. So the first game, myself, I'm potentially fielding the 13 players should they all play, and Colo's potentially fielding 12, obviously double game week for some players. So if we have a look at the minute, the lineups are set as I have Dan Byrne, Ben Mee, I cannot say the Leicester defender's name, Soyuncu, Todd Cantwell, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Robert Snodgrass, Bernardo Silva, Sergio Aguero, Willian, who's injured, so he will probably not make the starting 11, Inacho and Dean Henderson in net. Against Colo's team of George Baldock, Chris Basham, Patrick Van Aanholt, Bruno Fernandes, Boufal, Ceballos, Trossard, Bowen, Giroud, Marshall and Ben Foster in net. I'm looking at the teams, and they are subject to change, but I think I fancy myself in this one. Colo has got Marshall and Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes would be a hell of a pick-up. I also tried to get him in the free agents, was it, when he arrived. He's scored in his last 3 games 66.5 points in 3 games. So, he's averaging 22 point blah 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 0.1 or something. I can't be asked to do the maths, but yeah, he's the real danger man for Colo. Myself, should he play, you can't look past Sergio Aguero's quality. Inacho, Leicester have a Villa, so Inacho could get on the score sheet. To be honest, I've just picked him up for obviously Rashford. He's not really been scoring too well. So hopefully, he just picks up a little bit. He was just there for cover, but with Willian being out, there's a good chance he will play. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with myself for a change. Saying that Sheffield, I was going to say Sheffield might have a hard game, but they are playing Norwich, who are not doing well, languishing in the bottom part of the league. So Sheffield could get a clean sheet there, and that could turn the games on its head. But we will just have to see. I think myself, providing Aguero and hopefully Bernardo Silva play, and the derbies are always very spicy. So yeah, I think I'm going to win, which, if I back you, it's the kiss of death, and I will probably get beat. So we'll move on to the second game, and that is Bukaki Jackies versus STP United. My thumb is fucking killing, because since I'm doing this WhatsApp video, because it won't let us put the it won't let us fucking put full videos in if I do it on my phone for some bizarre reason. So we will look at the two teams now. They've both got potential of 15 players played, some double game weeks. And Bukaki Jackies lineup as it stands is João Cancelo, Gomez, Tarkowski, Almiron, Ozil, Moura, David Silva, Jota, Pepe, Salah, and in goal is Rui Patricio. STP has Ryan Bertrand, Lucas Digne, I can't say his name, he is injured though, so he's potentially not playing, Benjamin Mendy, Kieran Tierney, who's also injured and might not play, Buendia, Grealish, Oliver Norwood, Christian Benteke, Jesus, Mane, and in net Edison. This is, this could be a good game. Obviously, we've got Salah and Jota's having a good run of games for Bukaki Jackies. Let's have a look at Jota. Yeah, so Jota has scored 34 points 2 games ago and managed 26 points last game. So you know he's on a good little run. He's scored 3 goals in the last. Yeah, so he scored 3 goals in his last 2 games, and he's assisted 1. So can he continue that form? They are playing Brighton, so there is a good chance of that. On the other side, we've got Mane, who I believe is returned. No, I thought he was injured. I must be smoking crack. In his last 2 games, you know, he's done all right. He's got to be one of STP's talismans for sure. Jesus has got a all right points return in the last couple of games, 16 and 14.5. Sorry about your ears there, boys, because that'll be really loud. Yeah, I think this is going to be a close game. Liverpool have got Bournemouth, who, you know, aren't playing that well as of late. At least the last time I paid any attention to the Premier League, they weren't. But then obviously Salah and Mane could potentially cancel each other out there. It's a difficult one to call this. With the injuries, if STP doesn't change him out, which he probably will, but if he doesn't, if he hasn't got the cover, then I will probably go Kyle with a narrow victory. Seeing that STP is... I don't know what STP's form is. Let's have a quick look at the standings. So Kyle's on a 1-loss streak. STP's on a 1-win streak. So, you know, it's going to be very close. I think Kyle might just edge it. So now we are going into the third game. Chudley Cannons versus Ragman. Ragman, a bit like myself, in a bit of a pickle. Let's have a look at the teams. We've got Chudley Cannons, Serge Aurier, John Egan, Andrew Robertson, Ross Barkley, Duda, James Maddison, Yuri Tillemans, Haller, Lacazette, Chris Wood and Kasper Schmeichel in net. And on the other side we have Ragman with Marcus Alonso, Johnny Evans, Adam Messina, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Antonio, Naby Keita, who's injured, as is Wan-Bissaka, both with their late fitness tests to get through, Fernandinho, Robert Firmino, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Igalo and David De Gea in net. Let's have a look. Let's say Haller in his last game, you know, imagine to score a goal. Got a few shots on target. He came out with 27.5 points. They are playing Arsenal this weekend, Derby. So, you know, it does sometimes fire people to do well. We've got like a Zet scoring 19 points in his last game against Newcastle as well. James Maddison, what's his form like? Because he was good at the start of the season. Average 8 points. Tielemans is not done well the last 2, but he's done alright. And we'll just jump over to the other side. Iglo scoring a brace, as Ragman pointed out, in the cup. But that was against a championship side, and that could potentially be his level in my personal opinion. He's not scored too well in the league. Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin's on a good bit of form. He's scored in his last 3 games. So, you know, and he's got an assist there as well. So, you know, he's on a good bit of form. He's scoring some good points. Firmino has got to be one of his talismans, but in the last 3 games he's not really done much. He did score 30 points against Southampton, managing to get all 3 assists there. Again, Liverpool playing Bournemouth, you know, there could be some points there for Liverpool players. But after looking at the teams, I think I am going to have to go with Chudley Cannons. So, kiss of death for you there, Tupac. Alright, we'll move on to Sunny Money Happy Days versus Intergalacticos, first versus second, I believe still, possibly. Dura is playing 15 players and Brian is playing 14. Let's just have a quick look at the teams there. So we've got Sunny Money with Ricardo Pereira, Ben Chilwell, he's got a late fitness test to pass, Matt Doherty, Dele Alli, Kevin De Bruyne, Martinelli, James MacArthur, James Ward-Prowse, Saka, Sterling and Adrian in goal. And we go over to Brian's team and we have Reece James, Mustafi, Ender Stevens, late fitness test for him, Harvey Barnes, Rodrigo, Riyad Mahrez, Mason Mount, Jaume Moutinho, Oliver McBurney, Traore, and Nick Pope in net. Traore's got a late fitness test to pass. He's not been doing that well as the last few games. He's gone off the pace a bit with his points wise. Let's have a look at Mahrez. Mahrez has been scoring alright, 24.5 points in his last game with an assist. 9.5 the game before and 11 the game before that. So he's doing alright, Mahrez, doing alright. Mason Mount, I don't know if he's still been getting a game with Chelsea. 10 points in his last game average. We'll skip over to Jura's side. Obviously, De Bruyne is out. He's still questionable for the match. He scored 35.5 points against West Ham 2 games ago with a goal and assist. He's pretty much a decent point scorer, as we all know. Dele Alli, he's come good under Mourinho, but has dropped off the pace again a little bit. However, he did get an assist last weekend against Wolves, and that scored 19 points. That was me child screaming at FIFA or something in the background. Raheem Sterling, not really been at the races recently. Let's have a look at some defenders' points. Matt Doherty, Talismen, he's got 26, 29.5 and 14.25 in his last 3 games. He did manage to score last time out against Tottenham, and he got an assist against Norwich. Good point scorer. Yeah, if I'm looking at the teams as it stands, I'll probably go for Jura to continue his march towards the league title, the Liverpool of our Togus season. Right, so the final game we've got here is Villains versus the Scranton Stranglers. Villains have got 13 players to play, Scranton's got 14. And we'll just quickly go through the team lineups. So as it stands, we've got Dan with Trent Alexander-Arnold, Jack O'Connell, Kyle Walker, John Fleck, Scott McTominay, Declan Rice, Gylfi Sigurdsson, Jordan Ayew, Troy Deeney, Raul Jimenez and Bernd Leno in goal. Scranton Stranglers has Azpilicueta, David Luiz, Virgil van Dijk, Luka Milojevic, Wilfred Ndidi, Fred, John Joe Shelvey, Aubameyang, Bergwijn, Sané and Dubravka in net. I'm looking at Dan's team. I don't think he deserves to be down where he is, to be honest. Watford obviously hammered Liverpool last time out, and that's a -4 for Trent. However, before that he did score 32.5 points with 2 assists and 16.5 before that. Gylfi's usually a good point scorer. He's been doing bang average, probably about 6 or 7 points recently. Obviously got a few points from Troy Deeney at the weekend, who actually got a goal and an assist. Raul Jimenez, let's have a quick look at him while we're here. He's been scoring 17 points last time out, 10 before that, but then 6 before that. Quickly nip over to Gabe's side, as I've just realised his badge is a picture of Huller. Bergwijn, he's been scoring about around the 13 points mark. He scored a goal at the weekend. I say the weekend. Has there been a cup weekend? I don't know if it was cup last weekend. Honestly, don't know what's going on because I don't pay attention. I think it was last weekend when it was Premier League and Liverpool got stuffed. But if you hear us referring to last weekend, it was the last game week of the actual league. Aubameyang, 26.5 points last time out with 2 goals. 18.5 points the game before that with another goal. So obviously always up there. Wilfred Ndidi, I think, has been playing well. No, he's not. He's got 18.5 points 3 games ago, but everything else has been pretty bang average. Let's have a look. Virgil, obviously, probably would have lost points. So he gained 1 point in the weekend before that, 10-11. Not bad scores for a defender, especially since he conceded in the West Ham game. Looking at these players, I think Dan's team isn't half bad, to be honest, but Aubameyang may drag Gabe through. Depends who's got the double game week, I suppose, but I think I will go. Oh, it's going to be another tight one, I think. You know what? I think I'm going to go for Dan, actually. Obviously, Wolves playing Brighton. Watford could capitalise on their victory against Crystal Palace and, Sigurdsson's got Chelsea. You know, I said Liverpool have got Bournemouth, so I would expect a clean sheet from Alexander-Arnold. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for Dan. So anyway, thank you very much for this 3-part video, and I will all the best for the weekend. Good luck, and I will catch you on the other side. Much love.